Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back with another episode of the 5 Levels of Dumb. And I know we missed a week, but y'all, we're back. In today's episode, it's going to be juicy. We're talking about lots of fun stuff today. And for this first part, the number 5, we're talking about, the last 5 Levels of Dumb, we talked about the top 50 Rolling Stones movies. So y'all like that. Y'all clearly liked that. You were in here and engaging. So today for the number 5, we're talking about Thor, Love, and Thunder and its wokeness and how overall it just wasn't a good movie and not a good addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And for that segment, I decided to bring in two of my good friends, Mark and David, who are DC, Marvel, anime fanatics. They're so like I'm a nerd. I'm a fanboy. I love this stuff, but they on another level. So to talk about this, I brought them in, and here they are. Mark, David, how you guys doing?
What's going on, y'all? Feeling great.
What's going on? Doing great.
I'm so excited about this. Like, we've been talking about my stream and on all this stuff, and y'all starting your stuff. So you being here on my live, like this is low key a dream come true. But hey, anyways, we are getting into this, y'all. Thor: Love and Thunder. What do you guys think about it?
You want to go first, David?
Go ahead, Mark.
No, you go ahead first, Mark. Go ahead.
All right. What do you think about it?
What I think about it was like it did leave like a kind of bad taste in my mouth a little bit. Like I had mixed feelings about it for sure, and it wasn't like I kind of like I had a good hope for it. Like I really wanted it to be good. I really wanted it to be because they announced Gore. I was like, dang. If Gore is gonna be in this movie, I think he's gonna be really like one of the best villains of the MCU. I was hyping for it, I was rooting for it, but then it just didn't live to my expectations for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the thing is, you were telling me a little bit about Gore. You were telling me his story and how like he's just it took 3 overpowered Thors to overtake this dude, and it was like a super long fight. So when I see this, and spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen the movie, if you haven't seen it, get out of here right now. But to see Jane Foster, this is my opinion. Jane Foster threw her hammer, destroyed Gore's sword, and that was the end of the fight. That really got me mad when it took 3 souped up Thors to tank him and to beat him. But hey, that's me. David, what'd you think about the movie?
I personally feel like the movie, just like what Mark said, a little mixed feelings kind of. I love the comedy. I love the acting. I kind of like the action a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of the most powerful Thors I've seen since Infinity War. Because he was able to give his power to the kids. Those kids were just like, in the movie, sorry if you guys didn't see it, spoiler alert, in the end fighting scene, he gave his powers to the kids, and they were able to fight off Gore's goons and minions. And I felt like, man, that's some type of power. So to see that type of power from Thor, I'm like, this is the most powerful Thor we've seen in a long time since Infinity War. There was a little bit too much comedy. I believe that the snake from Thor Ragnarok, it being so funny, but yet being such a good movie, it's in my top 5. I think the fans wanted a little too much more comedy, and it was really the whole movie. Like I think it was a pretty good movie, but like it was more of a romantic comedy type feel. Like why am I sitting here laughing so much instead of saying, "Wow, this is a good fighting scene"? I feel like there was some corny scenes due to Jane. I feel like Jane being Thor was kind of corny. She had a lot of corny lines, and I don't like corny lines. But Gore as a villain, you know, he still did his thing. Christian Bale still did his thing. And Gore really
he's a great actor, so he's gonna perform, you know.
Christian Bale is just a great actor, and Gore still did his thing in the movie despite all the comedy and romantic stuff and all the corny stuff. I feel like Gore still came and did his thing. So the movie, in my opinion, is either getting a 7.5 out of 10 or 8, only because I did laugh a lot and I had a good time watching it. But I believe there should have been more action and more seriousness throughout the movie.
Mark, what would you rate it out of 10?
Out of 10, I definitely would give it like a 7 out of 10 or like a 6.5. Because again, the too much comedy, it definitely throws off a movie so much to where it's supposed to be serious. Like imagine Infinity Wars. Goofy, like a lot of goofy and everything when it's supposed to be serious. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting a big bad villain, and the next thing they just cracking jokes the whole time. It just like the point is, it just threw it off a lot. But again, like David said, I was laughing too. But then it's just the comedy when something supposed to be serious, such as a thing like this. Yeah, that's what I give it.
We have some people commenting. One, Titus and Art, or Titus, Titus and Art. Titus says, "Mark, have you ever told you look like a ... I can't even see the whole thing, but anyways, Charles says it was active. David Johnson spitting. Isaac Arp says, and then Charles once again says the most powerful Thor was the last 30 minutes of Infinity War and the 30 minutes of Endgame. First 30 minutes of Endgame. You know, I feel like he's not lying. Based on when you're seeing like pure power, like that's I would have to say that for me, that was Thor's most powerful. But I also agree, it was a romantic comedy. It was too goofy, too funny, and honestly, I couldn't genuinely laugh because I was so frustrated that this movie, this OP superhero, looked like a little stupid boy being this comedic, romantic like type guy. That's not you. That's not what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be some hard dude that's crazy powerful, and we didn't get it. Guys, I also want to talk to you about a scene in this movie which it really threw me off. There were definitely some woke moments that aren't comic book accurate. Like, first of all, is Valkyrie bisexual or gay in the comics?
No, she was never bisexual. It never was hinted that she was bisexual, to be exact. She was like a warrior that I'm not in it for love. Love is not something that I'm a Valkyrie. I serve only to protect Odin and the Asgard and everything. Yeah, so it wasn't really like she was caught up in love, if that makes sense. So yeah,
I feel like they always make those type of warriors like Valkyrie begin to be a little bisexual or gay because how powerful a warrior they are. You know, I never heard or read about Valkyrie being gay or bisexual, but I'm guessing that they do it to a lot of warriors now in movies. They make them, or women-wise, they make them like gay or bisexual because of how, I guess, manly they portray themselves as because they're so powerful. But no, I agree with Mark. I never read that Valkyrie was ever gay or bisexual.
Yeah, there you go. There's one. And then this one really made me mad. I didn't even notice this in the movie. I didn't realize this in Ragnarok, but in this most recent Love and Thunder, Korg was explaining how he was created. And I want to show a quick little clip to everybody of this, which actually just frustrated me. Like, this explains what I'm about to tell y'all, so I'll just play this video for you so it makes a little bit more sense. And here we go.
This video contains a minor spoiler for Thor Love and Thunder. Did you know that in Thor Love and Thunder, Korg mentioned that he has 2 dads, but in Thor Ragnarok, he explicitly said that his mom and her boyfriend were the only ones to show up to his revolution. This means that one of Korg's dads is metamorphic, also known as transgender among humans.
And all right, and we're gonna cut it right there, guys. What the heck is this? Like, what, bro? First of all, Korg is just some rock monster dude. He's just a rock monster, bro. We did not need a sexuality, anything to do with Korg whatsoever. He just needed to be there. He needed to be his funny self. Korg being funny is fine. Everyone being a comedian in this movie, I'm not okay with. But Korg, he was comedic relief. He was funny. Then they decided to wokeify him, and this absolutely irritates me. Literally explicitly said the only people to show up were his mom and her boyfriend, right? A traditional gender role relationship. Right. And then all of a sudden, nope, it was his 2 dads that fell in love and had this stupid connection and eventually formed him, which, you know, as a human biologically, that's not possible. But because they can, you know, it's not real life. They can do whatever they want and make it make sense. No, it pissed me off. It was like, it was already a bad movie, not like, you know, doing what they should have done with Thor, making him this boss dude. Right. And then they're going to add that in, and it absolutely infuriated me. What were your thoughts on that, guys?
That was definitely like a throw off because I remember at first I didn't recognize, but I forgot all about that part in the Ragnarok. I forgot all about that part. But then when I saw a video about that and everything, and I was just like, "What? Like how can you just forget that little piece that you threw in there in the first half of the movie?" And that's the thing is like, I understand that the times that we're in right now, like it being gay, this and like everyone has to be accepted, but it's just like keep things the way they are if that's how you put them to be. I don't understand like why change it up because maybe the audience will like this. Like it doesn't. We don't care. He's a rock dude. Why that matter? He's a rock.
Exactly.
Like, I don't need.
He's a whole rock, man. Like why?
I really feel like you can just see how much power that society has nowadays, man. Like they went to go change a whole entire little plot of a movie to just satisfy the customers nowadays of wanting to be gay or accepting to be gay or transgender. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, he said he has a mom and his mom has a boyfriend. Why would you make it seem like, oh, now the mom or something like that is transgender to please your gay audience or your transgender audience? You know what I'm saying? To make more money off of it or to not get canceled. It doesn't matter. So, like you guys say, it's a whole rock.
Right.
This guy's not real. He is not
That's
real.
what I'm saying.
Cord is not real in real life. He's not real. So what's the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like society nowadays want to push that, want to push in everything, making everybody in the show gay, everybody in the movie gay, everybody in the comic books or in a game gay. Like it's weird. And just to always push it and shove it down people's throats, it's like hypocritical because people don't like it when we shove down Christianity down people's throats, but they want to shove this gayness and transgender type things down our throats. Every single thing we watch in our movies and our games and TV shows, it's just weird. Like that was just weird to me. But
it didn't make any sense. Also, another question that I didn't even really think about: Valkyrie doesn't become the king of Asgard, right?
No.
No, right? Is Thor supposed to become the king of Asgard? Can you explain that?
Thor does later on in life become the king of Asgard. But the one thing about Ragnarok that I did not like was like Odin dying so that he make his son stronger, and it's just like that's unnecessary. Like you're Odin, like that would be unnecessary. Like that they get strong. Thor gets stronger off of just doing what he does best,
Thor.
like fighting and going to this world, that world, challenging other people. Like he gets stronger based off that. So like you leaving and then Valkyrie becomes the king, the new king of Asgard and everything. It's just like what are we doing? But at the same time, like I'm not surprised because again, the director Taika Waititi, he just does a lot of random stuff to make it seem like women empowered and everything. And like love Valkyrie as a character.
Yeah,
but her being king of Asgard is just like you're not an Odin son. You don't have that. That's not you.
Exactly. And we have like Green Dot Scott saying all 4 transgender humans are pissed about like their decisions not to be inclusive, which is absolutely true. Like the Marvel, like this phase 5, I don't even know where they're at right now, has decided to be more woke and include these transgender and lesbian couples. And it's just like most comic book Marvel fans don't care about these political issues at all. Most of them probably aren't gay and bisexual and transgender, but you're appeasing this small, minute group of people to, not get canceled, which is absolutely insane. If you're basing characters on people that have already been created, there's no need to change them. And that's like all I've been saying. But David, do you know a little bit more about this Valkyrie stuff? Like it's just first of all, Valkyrie, you're a woman, therefore you're not a king. That got me so mad. King Valkyrie. Like if you wanted, like, nothing against woman can be like in the king of whatever, if that's how it was created. Queen of whatever. Sorry, not king. See, that got in my mind already. It don't make sense. You are a woman, therefore you're a queen. Why do you got to do this? First of all, you're gay or bisexual. I don't even know which one you are. Now all of a sudden you're a king.
Look, it's the same thing of how I'm gonna put this in an example, man. I know people probably don't watch this WWE, right? They changed it from divas to like women division to make women do more things or do things that men can do. You know what I'm saying? Or be things that men can be. And it's the same thing they're pushing in the cinematic universes or movie business, trying to make women have men roles or men duties. Like, of course, as a woman, you cannot be a king. That's why it's called a queen.
Right.
The king and the queen. So there's no reason for you to try to push a woman being a king. I'm gonna go back to that WWE example. They're trying to have a woman. So in WWE, they have separate women titles. They have the women's championship and the other women's championship. And for the men, they have the WWE championship and Universal championship. Those are for men. The other for women. They're trying to have women come take the WWE championship because they think that's more women empowering. When we already have a set type of title for you guys, which is the women's championship. You guys is doing too much, wanting more. The same thing to do with Valkyrie. We can make her the queen of Asgard, but why make her the king of Asgard? What does the title do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of that? I mean, I didn't understand why they did that. And her being king of Asgard. I mean, it didn't bother me to a certain point, but it did rub me off a little off the wrong way. I was like, okay, this doesn't make any sense, but hey, it doesn't really matter that much. Not the deep, but the fact that they're doing this stuff and kind of pushing it, and like I said, they're shoving it down our throats in society. It's getting really weird, and I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of it, man.
I'm right. I'm with you, man. And it's like, my thing is, it's not that deep until this is just the first step and they keep pushing the envelope.
Exactly.
You know, you give them an inch, they take a mile, right? You add one gay character into something, that's fine. Then all of a sudden, little kids in this decide, you know what, I'm a boy, but now I want to be a girl. And they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing this agenda. And it's just, I can't allow that. So
they make, I'm sorry to interrupt, but didn't they make Superboy gay or bisexual?
Bro.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that in Young Justice, Superboy was sitting there with a girl, and now out of nowhere I see on comic book, oh well, we made Superboy bisexual, we made him gay. I said, what is going on in society? what is going on in society right now? Like, what was the point of that? You can't make a new character in DC be gay or bisexual, which had to turn a guy who's already straight gay.
Bro,
what's the point of that,
man?
When
makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Superman is like one of my favorite superheroes of all time, right? And I saw that Instagram post by freaking IGTN or whatever, IGN, I don't even know what it is. They made that post. Jonathan Kent is now bisexual. I said, huh?
Right.
I didn't get it.
Superman, the symbol of hope and purity, is now bisexual? What? The one that always ends up with the girl, right? That Superman is now bisexual. You don't understand how infuriating this is to me. Them just
trying to push it.
There's not that many gay people out there. I'm sorry, there's not. This small minority is taking over everything, and it's absolutely infuriating. They're changing our stuff. Comic books was our thing. These movies were our thing. It didn't matter. It wasn't touched. It wasn't exposed to all this nonsense that was happening around the world. And now they're infiltrating this. And it's just, I can't, y'all.
They tried to make the same thing for Tom Holland. They try to push that Tom Holland being bisexual thing. I know I sent that to Mark before. It was like last year. Or before they made No Way Home, before they released No Way Home. They try to push for his next movie him being bisexual. And I put in my story, I said, this makes no sense. No. And people were like, oh, how is that making sense? Because Spider-Man's plot is they always dating Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy.
Bro,
so
how many women did he get with? Y'all are comic book fanatics. How many girls does freaking Peter Parker Spider-Man end up getting with? Not that look, I just want to say this to the crowd out there. I'm not promoting promiscuity. I'm not promoting this lifestyle of talking to multiple women. But this guy Spider-Man, Mark, please tell me, how many people does he end up getting with? It's all women, correct?
It's all women, like Black Cat, Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy. Oh my goodness, it's like there's a lot of them because again, he's not bisexual, he's not gay, so that's why like it's always. But the most iconic like relationship in comic book history is Peter Parker and Mary Jane. That's just always the case there.
That's always been the case.
It's like Superman, Lois Lane.
And like Superman and Lois Lane. Charles says that he was got with 7 girls. 7 girls and no guys, correct? So how on earth does it make sense to make him bisexual? David, that's a great point. It's absolutely
I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. Yeah. It was like, oh, it can help up the LGBT, BLT, whatever they're called, help the community out. And I'm like, we don't need to help the community out to make certain people who are straight gay. If you guys want to, go ahead and make more characters. Make a new character that's gay.
Right.
But don't change my childhood just to satisfy a small group of people so you won't get canceled, Marvel. That's weird. Don't do that again. We're going to have some problems. I promise you're going to have some problems. That happens, man. We're going to really have some problems, man.
Guys.
Same thing with Superman, Superboy. Like, I almost had to fight DC and Warner Bros. Like, what is your problem? Why would you make the guy who's obviously straight gay just to please a small audience? It's weird, man. Society's getting weird nowadays.
Oh, I love this. I love y'all so much. Thank you guys for joining. Guys, Mark and David, they are brothers. They are comic book, anime, sports fanatics. If you want to know all things sports, comics, and anime, follow them or subscribe to them. Their links are down below. Thank you guys for joining the live. I appreciate y'all, and I will catch you guys soon.
Yes, sir.
See ya.
See you later.
I removed you too soon, but anyways.
Exactly. All right.
Y'all, that is absolutely ridiculous. Y'all, that is number 5 on the 5 levels of dumb. We got into more stuff than I thought. We were just going to talk about Love and Thunder, but I'm glad we got into that stuff because it's absolutely insane. And I'm so glad that they were able to join us. Make sure to subscribe to them if you're not subscribed. I'm sure you're not, but subscribe to them now because they talk about a lot of good stuff. And there's my good friends, and we believe the same. But y'all, number 4, this one makes me very mad. It makes me very mad because Joe Biden, he's on this streak of just making horrible decisions. So I'm sure you've seen this. This is came out in June actually, but Biden planned to send more barrels to Ukraine. Not barrels. My bad. I'm mixing up two things. He's decided to send another $1 billion to Ukraine. Let's take a look at this, y'all. Joe Biden to send $1 billion in military aid to Ukraine. Guys, this is absolutely insane. First of all, Joe, hold on. I need to make eye contact with y'all. Look at me. Joe, can we please just help America? We're so hyper focused on everyone except for ourselves. This is absolutely insane. It gets me so frustrated seeing stuff like this. But Joe Biden sends another $1 billion to Ukraine. Washington Post, President Joe Biden announced another $1 billion in weapons for Ukraine on Wednesday, including anti-ship systems, artillery, rockets, rounds of. I don't even know what that is. This morning I spoke. This is a quote. This morning I spoke with President Zelensky to discuss Russia's brutal and ongoing war against Ukraine. And y'all, okay, I don't care. I'm so sorry. That what's happening in Ukraine. We don't know a ton about it other than they're at war, and that the U.S. just wants to keep sending them money. And it also says, continuing on, that Biden plans to send in an additional $225 million. Y'all, I hate war. I hate that this is happening to Ukraine. But guys, Charles says a proxy war. I mean, hey, I wouldn't be surprised. But this is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane when you see stuff like this with the border crisis. And if you look up what's going on at the border, you get stuff like this. What are President Biden's challenges at the Mexico border? It's not about his challenges, guys. It's simply Joe Biden was making these policies, sending money to everyone else, and not helping America. Trump had a plan. He was building a wall. Illegal immigration, the rate that people were coming over, it was decreasing. It's been decreasing since he got in office, and it was at a very low rate comparatively to what has been in previous times. Joe Biden comes in, and as soon as he's sworn in, it spikes up through the roof. There's actually a chart down here showing you this. Literally, we got here 2018, there was a spike in 2019, down in 2020, and here we are. Oh, y'all, you don't even see it. Not my bad, y'all. Here we go. Look at this. 2018, it was down. It went up a little bit in 2019. Then we're heading back down, record low numbers. Joe Biden sworn in, and shoot, it was starting to head up. But look at that. As soon as Biden's sworn in, look at that rate just increasingly rise like that. This is ridiculous. And I feel like it's pretty obvious, his it's pretty obvious whose side he's on, and it's definitely not America. When you see what's happening at the border, you see there's drug smuggling, you see that there's human trafficking, all this disgusting, evil things are happening down at the border, and you hear nothing about it. No money's being sent down there. It's always hush mode, hush, hush, hush about the border, but let's send more and more money to Ukraine. Can America first be a thing again? Can we please just help ourselves out for a second? Once we're all good, we can help all these other countries. I have nothing against helping other humans. I think we should help each other as a human society, but America is struggling and we are not doing anything to help. And actually, we're doing quite the opposite, but helping everyone else out. And we're going to get more into that as we go on with these 5 levels. But why the spike under Biden? Actually, before we get into that, it says this: U.S. President Joe Biden entered the White House promising to tackle immigration challenges that have remained unsolved for decades. So he planned on helping us out. He said that they're going to, decrease illegal immigration or tackle this, immigration challenge that's been, in place for decades. What did he do? He actually did quite the opposite, and increase the rates of inflation, or not, my bad. I'm thinking of so many things that he's done. Increase the rates of illegal immigration to a ridiculous amount. Now, why the spike? So this is what they say. While the number of migrants at the border has been steadily increasing since April 2020, the number spiked sharply after Mr. Biden took office. Economic problems and environmental disasters in Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and Cuba worsened during the pandemic, forcing some to take a long and perilous journey north. Gangs and violence have also been given as reasons why some left. Now, look, I'm sympathetic. Like I'm definitely sympathetic towards these people. I don't want you to struggle. I don't want you to have to go through all this stuff. I'm sorry that this is happening to you. But if we just open up our borders and allow everyone to come in, there's so many more people can come in. It's not just the good people that want to escape. Anybody can come in. If you're not really vetting these people, because we're not, it says right here, continuing on, let me just add this. It says Mr. Biden's plan to offer a legal status to an estimated 11 million undocumented people in the U.S. It failed. Thank God it failed. It was a proposal that failed. But this is happening. He wants to let in all these illegal people. He wants to help everybody except for the U.S. It's like all the 11 million undocumented people he wants to help. But when it comes to America and helping us, it's like, the thing, like, we'll work on you eventually. Like, what the heck, Biden? This is insane. This is sad. This is sad to see. You hear all the time, Ukraine, this war in Ukraine. We need to support Ukraine. We need to stand together for them. Why not stand together for the American people and the horrible things that are happening in our country due to Biden's policies in action? Why not that? That's a good thing. Supporting America, pro-America. That used to be a good thing, but now Joe Biden's over here saying, "What's there to be proud about? Why be proud of being an American?" Guys. This is absolutely ridiculous. But y'all, that was number 4. Let's get down into number 3, the number 3rd level of dumb. And guys, I'm sure you have heard of the Tekle Sundberg shooting. Black Lives Matter would say it was another black man shot by a cop. But if you actually look into what happened, that's not the case. So actually, let me just give you some backstory because I don't have the article right here. Tekle Sundberg was in a 6-hour standoff with the police. So he shot at this apartment building, putting holes into an apartment room, almost murdering 2 black children and a mother in their apartment while they were just, out just in their place. They didn't do anything. There was no connection between them, but he shot into their place and almost killed a person. Now, do I think anyone should just be shot? I mean, no, I do think that this dude had a gun. He had a weapon. He was a 6-hour standoff with the police. I'm going to show you guys a video real quick here of what happened. There's some body cam footage that came out. And I just want to show you guys this quick little clip.
New reaction
right here of Tekle Sundberg and some body cam footage of the police. It's only like a 2-minute
from
video.
the
Take a
parents
look.
of a man killed in a standoff with Minneapolis police.
This afternoon, the city shared a look at some of the moments leading up to his death. David Schumann walks us through the video that still has some crucial gaps.
Minneapolis police snipers shot Tekle Sundberg last week, ending a more than 6-hour standoff. This video from moments before the shots.
He's waving something around there. Gone.
Mayor Jacob Fry says.
So the police identified that he had a gun. I believe that was a gunshot we heard in the background. So this is not just some guy that's crazy in an apartment building. No, this is an armed man holding essentially this apartment complex hostage because he has a weapon. Now, knowing that, if this were a white man, what do you think Black Lives Matter would have said? Oh, there goes another white psycho with the gun. But no, because he's black, we're going to continue the video, but watch this.
The body camera clips released Wednesday are some of the best video they have out of hundreds of hours of footage. But what city leaders say they're missing are clear visuals of the moment of the shooting. Hours earlier in the night, shortly after police arrived on scene, body camera shows officers in a stairwell when bullets are fired from the hallway.
Police department! Shots fired!
The police pulled up and he took a shot. As soon as he heard the police were there, he took a shot at the police. So what do you think the cops are going to do? You think they're just going to sit there? They're going to take the bullets? They're going to try to calm him down? And no, you should calm an active shooter down. But you think they're just going to we're not going to have our guns out. We're not going to try to protect ourselves. We're just going to sit here and get shot by a guy who has a gun. No. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to act. But anyways, continuing on. Takes another shot.
At least one shot went into the apartment of 2 small children and their mother, the neighbor who called 911. Visibly terrified, officers escorted the family out of the building. Other clips show attempts at communicating with Sundberg as he leans out his window.
Why don't you come out your apartment door with your hands up? You're under arrest. We're not going anywhere. Mr. Sundberg, we need you to come out and cooperate with us. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to go home.
We don't want to hurt you. We just want to go home. So not only were they shot at, they backed away and still tried to negotiate, still tried to calm him down, but he wasn't cooperating. And as you see what happened.
Then, about 45 seconds before the first sniper shot,
109, he is threatening to shoot the officers, and he's breaking up some of his windows.
Sundberg's parents watched the released footage not long before it was shared with the public. Their lawyer said in a statement to WCCO, Tekle's parents continue to send their deepest sympathies to all of those impacted by Tekle's mental health crisis. We all recognize what a harrowing experience this was for many. David Schumann, WCCO 4 News.
All right, y'all. So there we go. There you have it. That's like the short and sweet version of what happened. Pretty clear cut. This guy had a gun. He actually shot his gun at innocent people. He also threatened the cops. The cops that were trying to calm him down. He threatened to shoot them, and he was breaking things. So you think they're just gonna sit there and let this guy wave around his gun, potentially get killed? No, obviously. This is a cop, but imagine yourself in this situation, right? As a cop, there's a guy. I have a family. I want to get back home to my family. This guy is threatening not only my life, but the lives of others in this apartment complex. What do you think is going to happen? They're just going to sit down and do whatever? No. This is a clear-cut case of a guy that had mental instability, right? And he had a dangerous weapon that could have harmed multiple people. So the cops took action after 6 hours. It wasn't just immediate it wasn't a race thing. It obviously wasn't a race thing, because if there was a race thing and there were racist cops, they would have just shot him. There would have been no discussion. There would have been no trying to calm him down and bring him out. No, he continued to refuse and was shot. So BLM being BLM and not looking at any of the facts and just seeing another black man dead and killed by cops, they rallied and started marching for Tekle Sundberg, which if he was white, we all know that if he was white, there would be no marches. The Black Lives Matter, not black people, Black Lives Matter, they would have said, look at that, another crazy person with a gun. This would have been politicized in an entirely different way. It would have been anti-gun. But this is what happened. And actually, I want to show you guys a quick little clip of the mother that we saw leaving terrified because her apartment complex was shot into. I want to show you the video of her reaction to the Black Lives Matter protest. So take a look at this. Y'all, that is so sad. That's honestly so sad to see. So all she sees is these people are marching, honoring this guy who tried to kill me and my children. What is this crazy backwards world? Like any rational person would be thinking, why on earth are these people rallying together and marching for a guy that tried to kill people? He was in a gun, he shot at them, and whether or not it was intentional, he had a dangerous weapon in an apartment complex and he shot it. He shot actually as soon as he heard the police were there. So this is a pretty clear-cut case. Like I don't even think there's any more to get into on this. It's pretty obvious that this was very wrong of Tekle, and the police were in the right. I don't think they did anything wrong. I think they followed the book. I think they tried to talk him down. They didn't just shoot him because he was a black man. So Black Lives Matter, get out of here with that. They shot him because he was a danger to himself and to others. So they did their job, right? That's number 3. Now we're on to number 2, the second level of dumb, and Joe Biden is back into this list. Y'all, he's really just something else. Joe Biden. Let me just pull up this article for you guys. Oh, my goodness. Joe Biden decided that, yes, the oil from the U.S. reserves has been sent to other countries overseas. Now, guys, there's the gasoline prices. The oil at the pump. Man, let me talk, Isaac. Oil at the pump has been absolutely insane. Gas prices have been rising. In some places, they've been going down, not by a lot, but they've been going down. But here we are sending our reserves over to foreign countries. Does that sound smart? Like we're in a crisis. Gas prices are going up. Maybe just, use that for the Americans because this seems like, one of those situations that you might want to use those reserves for your people. No, you decided to send it to foreign countries. Huh? Like what? What? Can we make sense of this? Does this make sense at all? No. In this article, it says right here, President Joe Biden's administration has recently faced criticism from some U.S. lawmakers for allegedly selling oil from the nation's emergency reserves to foreign countries, as they should, because that is absolutely insane, including China. No surprise there, him and his ties. While Americans are paying record gasoline and diesel fuel prices, the Biden administration appears to have been letting our strategic oil stockpiles flow to foreign countries and entities. Senator John Hawley, representative, wrote in a letter to Department of Energy Inspector General Terry Donaldson, critically, the American people deserve answers as to how exactly the department justified sending oil from the SPR to China. Doe's recent transfer of nearly 1 million barrels of oil to UNEPIC is just one concerning example. Yes, it's very concerning. We all know that prices at the pump are absolutely insane. So what does the Biden administration do? They send money to China. Can we make sense? They can't make sense of this. This is just absolutely insane. This is dumb. Why on earth, Joe Biden, do you keep hurting the American people? It's all about helping everyone but America. It's literally America last with this administration. It hurts to see. Busted, I knew what you meant, buddy. LOL, no worries. Honestly, yeah, this is absolutely insane. Been stuttering over this because I'm like getting so like fumed. This is infuriating. But yeah, guys, this is number 2. No need to like stick on this one, but just making you guys aware because I'm sure this isn't out. Like people don't just see this everywhere, but Joe Biden's out here sending 1 million barrels. Is that what it said? Let me just read that correctly. Joe Biden, let me scroll back over here. Joe Biden, yep, nearly 1 million barrels of oil to foreign countries. This is ridiculous. But y'all, we are going to hop into number 1, the number 1 level of dumb. And guys, this is going to keep it short and sweet. We're over here pushing 40 minutes, but y'all, President Joe Biden's back. And it hurts to say president, but I'm not going to act like he's not. This is reality. But Joe Biden in a recent press conference, not press conference, just I don't even know what this event is. He's outside the bridge behind him, whatever. Said some very shocking stuff. So I'm going to pull this up for y'all. Let's take a look.
And because it was a 4-lane highway that was accessible, my mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Huh? Joe Biden just said he has cancer? As the left, as left-wing politicians do, they tried to cover up for him. And I'm going to pull up for you right here what they had to say. But it doesn't really make sense. They were trying to say that he had cancer, but he says he has. Him and so many people have. But this is what they say. President Joe Biden's speech this is according to the AP News. President Joe Biden's speech at a former coal-fired power plant in Massachusetts led to widespread claims on social media that he made a significant announcement, not about climate change, but about his health. Conservative politicians and political commentators focused on a clip from Biden's Wednesday speech in which he told a story about growing up near Delaware oil refineries to assert that the president announced that he has cancer. Now, yes, because that's what he said. Whether or not he knew what he said is another story, but the left will never say that he didn't know what he was saying, that he has clearly insane, ridiculous cognitive decline. They won't admit that, but however, they will cover his tracks. So this is what they say. Claim: Biden announced that he has cancer. The facts: Biden appeared as the Somerset, Massachusetts power station to announce new steps to combat climate change, calling it an emergency and promising more robust action. At one point during his speech, he discussed the impact of environmental pollution from oil refineries near his hometown, sharing an anecdote about his childhood. And guess what? The first Frost, you knew what was happening. You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off windows. Biden said, according to the White House transcript of his remarks, that's why so dang many people what? My God, I don't know if I'm just tripping or if this is tough to read, but that's why I'm adding words. Many other people I grew up with have cancer, and why can for the longest time. Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation. Y'all, I am fumbling over my words today. This is absolutely insane. But yeah, no, that's what he said. That's exactly what he said. So what's the difference here? What changed in that statement? I don't know. I think it's pretty clear cut and obvious that he still said he had cancer, but they tried to cover it up and make it seem like it was something else. Guys, this is not this isn't about whether or not Joe Biden has cancer. This is just another incident of him slipping up. Like, you could have just said it was a slip up. He didn't mean that. He could have just meant that so many other people have cancer. But he said he does. That's all this is. This is just an insane cover up. It's like Joe Biden cannot make a mistake. Like, he can't have any errors. He's perfect. He's clearly not perfect. But y'all, that is the number one level of dumb. Make sure to subscribe, share this with a friend. And guys, I just want to say one thing. Like, Mike Lindell is my pillow. Y'all, he is such a good guy. He is holding a symposium happening in August, and he's going to be releasing a lot of documents and stuff about what happened in 2020 that we can't really talk about. He's releasing a lot of information on that. It's going to be held. I'll update you guys on where it's going to be held. I'm not exactly sure, but you guys, you want to be there. And I just want to say, support this guy. Walmart trashed him. Walmart got rid of him. They're not selling his products anymore because he believes the way he does, which is absolutely insane. This guy is legit. He's a true patriot. He's fighting for America. So if you want to support the guy, go to mypillow.com. And if you want to help me out, enter in promo code SmithRose. You'll save yourself up to 66% off brand new product. Guys, I have these slippers that are absolutely insanely comfortable. You're going to want them. They're amazing. And guys, make sure to tell someone you love them. And I will catch y'all in